So my family and I have spent a lot of nights camping on these mega mats, and I will say there's a lot of good things I have to say about this mattress after using it for so many years out there. But there is one thing that I will say is the biggest consideration for most people looking to get into this mattress. I'm going to go over all the things, like all the good things and the considerations for this one throughout this video. But first, I'm going to highlight, the way this mattress feels, because there's a lot of foam options out there. It's just like with a regular bed at home. Like if you're ordering a mattress online, there's tons of memory foam mattresses online, but they're not all the same. They don't all use the same materials and they don't all use the same foams. Now the foams inside of here are just open cell memory foam, but I will say the way the foam feels inside this mattress, it has a nice comfortable feel to it. It's very supportive feeling. If you try this Exped mattress 4-inch variant and then you go to REI and you try their 4-inch variant, you will notice a difference in the way it feels when you lay on it. And that all has to do with just the foams that they're using and the materials they're using, because like I said, one mattress made out of similar materials isn't necessarily the same feeling as another mattress. So on paper, while a lot of things sound the same, they're not necessarily the same. So I'd encourage you to go and try them out in the store so you can get a better idea as well to see how they feel. For me, the Exped MegaMat checks off most of the boxes in terms of comfort, and you can actually dial this thing in to the exact comfort level that you want. So the way the mattress works is you essentially open up the valves, you're gonna push in this little toggle right here, and then you're gonna let the mattress inflate itself for about 15 to 20 minutes at camp. After a little while, once it looks like it's fully inflated, you're gonna top it off with air. And when you're adding air to these mattresses, it's not really turning it into an air bed. It actually just makes it feel denser and more supportive. So if you prefer a nice firm feeling mattress, like a firm feeling memory foam mattress, you're gonna wanna top this one off with a lot of air. Now, if you're a combo sleeper or a side sleeper, you might wanna take some of this air out. So you're just gonna wanna go ahead, push the toggle in, let a little bit of air out, and you're gonna notice immediately that the foam is now cradling your body a little bit more. And I will say there's a lot of options in between soft to firm with this mattress. Even though this is the middle of the line, not the plushest, not the thickest, you still have a lot of options with it. And after using this one for 5 years out there, even though my wife is a strict side sleeper, she thought this was the most comfortable thing until I bought the Exped MegaMat Max, which has taken over this one. But for me, if you asked me which mattress I would still go with, this is the variant I would choose for myself. This comes with a little hand pump, and this hand pump has been revised over the years. The original hand pump had like a little longer valve. This one is much easier to use. So if you don't want to use an electric pump, you don't have to. But I will say, if you're getting an Exped and a MegaMat, you are going to want to get the Mega Pump. So this is the Mega Pump right here. Has an inflate and a deflate valve. And there are other pumps on the market. There's ones on Amazon. There's larger ones that can really put a ton of air in about 2 seconds. You have to be really careful. There's smaller ones that take a little longer. But what I will say is just go with the Exped one because the valves fit perfectly on it and it locks into place. I will say if you're going with a single Exped, so if you're not looking for the duo sizes, do you need the pump? Not really. I mean, unless you want less work out there, you don't really need it. I mean, with the single ones, it's pretty easy to roll up. This one isn't bad to roll up either. However, since I got this, it's really, there's just no going back. I mean, once you get the pump and use it, it does all the work for you. It deflates it to factory thinness. I mean, it's literally sucks every bit of air out of there and compresses that foam. So really the pump's a no-brainer. Just get the pump. So the mattress behind me is the 52-inch mattress. This is the size I've been using mostly. I also own the 40-inch version of this. That works in the back of like my car. It's also great, if I just want a little smaller tent setup or something like that, and I don't have room for a bigger mattress. But this mattress also comes in a queen size. So if you want something larger than a 52-inch mattress, you can get the queen version of this as well. There's a lot of options with sizes with these. They even have one specific to the back of your car that have cutouts for the wheel wells. So something else worth mentioning is, like, unlike traditional airbeds where if 2 people are on it and rolling around, you really, wake up and feel like the person rolling around and movement and stuff like that. This one, because of the foam on here, it actually dampens the movement quite a bit. Now, it's not perfect. Obviously, it's 52 inches. If you're turning, you might still notice somebody. But what I will say is after trying like air beds, like whenever I'm at somebody's place and they have only an air bed, Gosh, I tell you, that is the worst feeling when somebody moves on there and you just sink in and like the other side lifts up like half a foot. Not ideal. This is not extreme at all. All right, so the next thing I want to hit on is the durability of these mattresses, because I've been using mine for over half a decade and it's gone on a lot of camping trips. A lot of inflation and deflation has taken place. And I will say, 5 years later, the foam still feels really good. Something that really drew me towards this mattress was the fact that they offered a 5-year guarantee on it. I didn't see that on any other brands out there. In fact, like if you look at the REI variation of this, which is cheaper, um, it offers no warranty. So if you don't even have an REI membership, you're basically out of luck because you only have a year anyway with that to return it, but there's no fixing it. So after a year, if something goes wrong with it, it starts leaking, it probably just ends up in the trash, which is no good. Exped builds these to last a long time. And for me, when I'm looking for camping gear, when I'm looking for things to bring out there, I want to make sure it's durable. I want to make sure it's going to last. I'm willing to pay more to use this thing longer out there and not have issues. So for me, when I see a company offering 5 years warranty on a mattress that's inflatable and meant for camping, that tells me they put in the work to test this thing out and make sure that it's going to last long term. So in the beginning of the video, I mentioned there was a couple considerations, and one of those considerations was if you camp with dogs, this type of mattress I typically haven't recommended to people because dogs' claws and stuff like that. I mean, while it is durable fabrics, I mean, any material that has any sort of inflation, or if it's like even like a sleeping bag and it's just lighter weight material like that, it's just prone to getting a hole in it very easily. Not intentionally, just very easily. But I will say, like, I have recommended for people in the past, you could just put like a, waterproof mattress protector or something like that over it to help, protect the claws from digging in. That's always an option. But Exped actually even offers a new cover for these mattresses. This is it right here. It's actually called the Luxe wool cover. So they have a whole Luxe wool line. But yeah, this fits perfectly with the Exped MegaMat, and it offers extra insulation. And it also just offers all the properties that wool offers, which is it's hyperallergenic. It also is resistant to moisture, and it helps regulate temperature a lot nicer. So if you live like in a climate kind of like where I do in the Pacific Northwest, where it can get really damp out and stuff like that, this can actually probably enhance the feel a lot. And I say probably because I haven't actually tested this one out yet. I will be using it throughout the next year and keeping you updated on what I think of bringing this cover along with me. So I also mentioned that this is the revised version of the MegaMat, and some of the notable differences on this one include updated fabrics. It's going to have side welded handles on it, so it's a little easier to carry and move around at camp and at home. It also has extra valves for deflating on the top. So if you're opting for not using the pump, that's going to make it a little bit easier to roll this thing up. If you just look on their website, even look at the materials they're using, look at the foams they're using, everything is certified, and they've gone to an extra level of certification to make sure that the materials, the foams, everything they're using on this one is going to be the best as possible for the environment, because Exped is one of those brands that's an outdoor brand, but they also really care about the outdoors, and they want to protect it as long as possible. All right, so the last thing that I want to cover in this video, because if you do end up going with this mattress, I'm going to tell you how to use it, because a lot of people use this mattress wrong. They go to the store, they pick this thing up, they're on their way to their camping trip, they inflate it, and then they message me and they're like, yo, this thing is flat as a pancake. What's going on? Like, did I get a defective one? No, you have to literally inflate this thing and let it sit for 24 hours before you use it. This is memory foam. It comes shipped completely compressed, and it's been probably sitting there for half a year waiting to be sold to you. So just like if you were to buy a regular memory foam mattress online, it comes with that vacuum form package and you have to wait like a whole day before you can actually lay on the thing. That's the same thing with this one. And that also goes for if you're packing this, in your closet and you only go camping, say twice a year, you pull this thing out, you're gonna have to wait for it to decompress. So the way I recommend storing this thing and using this thing, if you're a regular camper, I mean, it's fine to compress it and put it away if you're gonna be using it, every month or so like that. But if you're going every, 6 months or once a year or twice a year, potentially you're going to want to open this thing up a couple days before, open the valves, let it sit out under a bed or just out of the way somewhere. You can even rest it behind like a closet door if you want. just let it decompress for a little bit and then roll it back up before your trip. That's gonna give the memory foam some time to decompress, and it's gonna allow for a little bit quicker inflation at camp. So personally for me, I just store all my Expeds just like this, upright with the valves open, and I just store them in the back of my closet. I have a space for it. This way the foam is always decompressed. I'm not storing it compressed. That probably helps with longevity on its own, but again, that's the recommended way that Exped says to store it. If you have space, you know, underneath a bed or just behind a closet, storing it uncompressed like that is without a doubt going to help that foam long term, but it's also just going to make it a ton easier when you get to camp to set this thing up. So when it comes time to pack this thing up, this is where this thing really shines. I mean, this is a double size mattress, but when you use the Mega Pump, you just plug this thing in, press the button, wait a few minutes, and it's going to fully decompress on its own. And then you're just rolling it up and putting it in its stuff sack. And I will say Exped uses one of the best stuff sacks out there. It's for some reason, there is no other camping company that understands that a stuff sack needs to be generously sized, because there's times where, you know, you're not taking your time to roll things up. It's camping, right? Like maybe it's raining, maybe you're in a rush to get back for something. You can put the Exped in, and if you don't have it fully deflated, no worries, you can just fit it in there. You have plenty of room to roll top this thing and then carry it out with the side handle. It's just a really clever bag and it works really well. But overall, like, pack size for this thing with it fully decompressed and rolled up, it's pretty good for a double-sized mattress. I mean, it's one of the reasons that I choose this over the Hess mattresses that I also have. I mean, you can see like this one Hess mattress is way bigger than the double size of this. So bringing two of these Hess for me and a Subaru just isn't really practical. And the Hess feels great, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it feels good, it's nice, it's memory foam, it's really soft. It's a different feel overall than the Exped. I haven't done a full review on these yet, but I have taken them out. I have talked about them several times in multiple videos. They're great mattresses, but they're not as adjustable as an Exped in terms of firmness, and they're also a ton larger to bring. And the last thing that I want to talk about is probably the biggest thing that I hear about these Expeds is the price. A lot of people are like, wow, these are really expensive compared to some other options on Amazon and REI and stuff like that. But I will say, Exped has kind of put in the work, honestly, for this brand on its own. Like, they make some of the highest quality mattresses out there. And like I mentioned before, they stand by it for about half a decade to make sure that this mattress is going to be going strong out there for you. I can't say the same about other camping mattresses out there. Like I mentioned, some of those only include a 1-year return policy and no after service if something goes wrong. So that's going to be something you have to consider. The other thing is you're going to want to go and feel them out in person, because I've tried many other foam mattresses and compared them back to back with Exped, along with other people who went with me and tried them. And consistently, the Exped foams and the way the whole mattress feels just feels better. Okay, and just to be clear, I'm not sponsored by Exped by any means at all. I will say that they did send me this new updated Exped MegaMat, and that's because I wanted to do a review and test this out to see how the materials have changed over the years. And I will say I'm a big fan of the brand because I have been using the Exped mattresses for over a decade out there. In fact, my first backpacking mattress was an Exped SynMat. I think it was like an ultralight one. And I actually still have that mattress, and it still inflates and it still works great to this day. I've also had several other backpacking mattresses after that for over half a decade. I've had the MegaMat for over 5 years. They're really good quality mattresses. I've never had to use the warranty service for them. They're reliable, they're built really well. So for me, the price is justified by the brand, by the quality, by the materials. And I will say, like, although I've never had to use the warranty experience, it's nice peace of mind knowing that if a valve was to fail or a seam was to fail or something like that, it was definitely a consideration, I can say, when I bought it, because I know it was an investment and it was expensive. It was nice knowing that there was a company that was going to stand by it if something like that was to happen half a decade later. This is the way to go. I mean, this is a solid mattress for car camping out there. You're going to have this one for years and years. If you're looking for quality, if you're looking for a comfortable mattress, give this one a shot. I don't think you'll be disappointed. As always, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.